As a Montreal Canadiens fan, I live in constant pain. And you might be wondering, well, Owen, they have 24 Stanley Cups, and what I'm going to say to that is, I haven't seen them be successful in my lifetime. I was born in the year 2000. The 2000s have been crappy for the most historic franchise in all of hockey, the Canadiens. Where do I even start with this video? Sorry, that's my phone. I got out of class a few hours before recording this, and I don't even know where to begin. Okay, you know where I'm going to start? I'm going to start at the beginning of the 2019-2020 season. Yes, it has been a crazy season all around. The bubble, the pandemic, it's been crazy. But going back to the beginning of the season, the hopes are high for the Canadiens. Everybody's like, you know what? They're kind of a up-and-coming team. They got a lot of young kids, a lot of high flyers, a lot of small bodies that have some skill, Domi being one of them. With all those expectations, you expect something, and they underdeliver. They sucked. It was a crappy season until they canceled the season. Around the middle of March, they're like, okay, NHL's done. And I'm like, oh, so all that pain for nothing. Maybe we'll get Lafreniere. And then the bubble happened. We were the last team to make it in to the 24-team expanded playoffs. We beat the Pittsburgh Penguins. We battled the Philadelphia Flyers valiantly. And at the end of that, I'm like, we miss out on Lafreniere, but this is cash money to this organization. To the fans, we needed a playoff run. We had not been to the playoffs since 2017, 2016. It's been a while. It has been a very long time since we had a postseason success. And then the offseason. We miss out on Lafreniere. The draft is happening. A lot of rumors flying around the NHL. Oh, lots of things are going to happen. The amount of buyouts that have happened. Henrik Lundqvist retiring. Not retiring, but he left the Rangers, and that's sad as it is. The NHL is a crapshoot right now. Anything can happen. And just when you thought Bergevin wasn't going to do anything stupid, he makes one of the worst trades I have seen as a fan. Now, let me just break it down for you. The Montreal Canadiens acquire forward Josh Anderson from the Columbus Blue Jackets in return for Max Domi and a third-round pick. Why did we add a pick to that? I still would have been mad if the trade was 1-for-1. I still would have been mad. But you throw on a third-round pick for a guy who had 4 points in 26 games. Yes, I know Josh Anderson was injured. Missed a bunch of time. And apparently his agent, Darren Ferris, is that his name? Mitch Marner's agent as well, if I'm not mistaken. Also Domi's agent as well. Said, he would have played with Columbus in the next round if they had made it past Tampa Bay. And that's whatever. The agent isn't going to say, no, he's garbage. His legs don't work anymore. This doesn't feel right. Bergevin, I'll be the first to say, I was a huge Bergevin hater for the longest time. Ever since I became a fan, I'm like, this guy does not know what he's doing. At all. The Subban-Weber trade, I hated that at the beginning of that trade, and took me a few years to get used to Shea Weber. It's like your favorite player leaves town for this guy. How am I supposed to like this guy as much? But I'll give credit where credit is due. Bergevin has had a phenomenal few years. The drafting, which isn't all his doing, I do know that, but some trades, the Nick Suzuki, Tatar, and a second-round pick trade from the Vegas Golden Knights for Max Pacioretty, one of the best trades I've ever seen. All Bergevin needed to do this offseason was nothing. I truly believe that. Not go out and sign Joel Edmondson to a ridiculous contract. I did like the Jake Allen trade. I have kind of been lacking on the IRL hockey content. I've been busy. School, paying tuition every month. I might as well get the most out of it. he didn't need to do much. The Jake Allen trade, loved it. Joel Edmondson, I can't be too mad at it. That's another defenseman, right? Max Domi came off of a poor season. After a guy who had a 70-point year, it's hard to beat that, especially in a city like Montreal. Montreal has been this offensively doubted team for a very long time. They suck at scoring goals when you need them to. They are the worst. And it feels like the times we get a 5-goal game, that's the best moment of my entire month. I'm so mad. I'm going to give credit to one of my favorite subscribers, an awesome fan. Let me pull up the name just to make sure I get this right. Oh, Canadian Eagles. Phenomenal guy. Does his own stuff on his channel. Might as well check him out. Dear Thumbs, I just want to send my deepest wow. I'm having a moment. I'm sorry. I just want to send my deepest condolences to the Montreal Canadiens and yourself. And I'm like, what is this? I was just getting out of class. I was just out of the college and reading my phone. And I'm like, oh, I got a notification on YouTube. My newest video came out. And I'm like, oh, this can't be real. Max Domi and a third for Josh Anderson. And it was real. It was real. I love how everybody in my comment section is like, I feel so incredibly sorry for you. And I'm sorry for myself that I love this franchise because they don't love me back. Bergevin does a phenomenal job. I'm like, the core that we have can do something. Just don't spend money willy-nilly. You know what this is? This is Michael McCarron 2, Electric Boogaloo. The sequel, everybody. He's Josh Anderson. You know what? I am going to play devil's advocate here for just a few seconds, just so my unbiased hockey brain can take a break. Josh Anderson, he's a big boy. He is going to add a lot to whatever line that he's on. Is he a top 6 forward? No, I don't really see that in him. I think he's a talented guy. I don't think he's a top-end talent. He's 26 years of age. He's in that age where he's going to become the player that he's going to be for the rest of his career, or he's going to fall into his old ways, which is not fun. I actually, when I found out the trade happened, I was almost in tears in my car going home. I went to EliteProspects.com. That's what I use to check every player's stats. I go on, I'm like, oh, he had 17 points in 26 games last year. You know what? He missed some time. That happens. And then I see a tweet from, I don't know who it was from. My brain is gone. It was from somebody on Twitter that said he had 4 points, 1 goal, and 3 assists in 26 games. And then at that moment, I realized that I was looking at penalty minutes. Penalty minutes! What is this trade? This trade makes no sense in this. It doesn't. Max Domi, yeah, he came off a terrible season. It happens. 40-plus points in a season like that. It happens. He is young as hell. He is a firecracker. Columbus, you are going to enjoy this player. Max Domi is a guy that you hate to play against. He's like a Brad Marchand. Like, he is going to tick you the hell off. He is going to roast the crap out of you, and he is going to score because he is that talented. He is a firecracker. He is a firework. He can blow your face off if he really needs to. Columbus is going to love Max Domi. Yes, he needs a contract. He is an RFA, but you have his rights, right? Josh Anderson's 26. I don't even know his contract at this point. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe we'll turn around in 12 months and be like, you know what? Josh Anderson isn't all that bad. He isn't all that bad. At this point, I can't think that. Yes, in the future, you can always turn around and be like, well, that was just stupid thing Owen said. Of course you can. Of course. It's hockey. Hockey is such a dumb sport in this sort of sense. Like, anything can happen at any point. It doesn't matter. It's just like that sometimes. But for right now, this is by far, it might be a top 3 worst trade of the season. Now, the draft is a few hours away from this being recorded. I was going to come home and do a sit down and a deep dive into the NHL 21 franchise mode reveal. I still plan on doing that. But right now, I am just livid. I am livid, and I'm going to have to turn on a dime to do my other content. I don't even know where to begin. I'm mad, and I have had time to cool down. But it is infuriating the way Bergevin can just turn on a dime and be like, you know what, let's get a less talented, older player who's bigger, who can fight somebody. He's got character. You know who also has character and dropped Ryan Kessler in one punch not that long ago? Max Domi. I just don't see the point in trading. It's already done. And you put a third-round pick in it. If you had gotten maybe a second-round pick from Columbus out of that, I would have been like, you know what? It's not that bad. I still would have been mad because I love Max Domi. Max Domi was one of the favorite players I've seen in a Canadiens jersey. Yes, he was snake-bitten, and I understand that as a Montreal Canadiens fan. I've seen a lot of talented players go through those droughts. I hope he does phenomenal things in Columbus, and I know the way hockey works, he's going to turn around and have a 30-goal season in Ohio next year, and I really, really hope he does. For right now, I'm going to go be mad, and I don't know. NHL draft, what the hell is going to happen? Bergevin's going to do something stupid. Oh, god damn. This is not what I needed today.